Hey guys, welcome back to the Coffee Talk series, where I take an interesting topic and give you commentary on it in the time that it takes to drink a cup of coffee. So go grab yourself a hot cup of coffee, or if you're more of the tea type, pour yourself a hot cup of herbal tea. And if neither coffee or tea is for you, maybe a nice, healthy smoothie will do. And let's get into today's topic, which is millennials. Is their perception and reality real today? So sit back, relax, and let's get into this hot coffee. Millennials are often characterized as the generation born between the early 1980s and the mid 1990s, have faced unique economic challenges, including entering the workforce during the aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis. This is a prevailing narrative that suggests millennials harbor delusional salary expectations, a perception rooted in factors such as rising educational costs, changing job markets, and evolving societal values. What in essence happened to this generation is that many of them graduated from college and either couldn't find jobs in their fields of study, or the jobs available to them were at a much lower salary than they anticipated. Many millennials have invested heavily in higher education, accruing significant student loan debt in the process, with the anticipation of higher salaries seen as a rational expectation to offset these financial burdens. But the reality is that many of them did not and do not have those higher salaries and ended up taking on second and third jobs in order to be able to afford the financial burdens from their student loans. This is also the generation that has a need for instant gratification because as they were coming of age, so was social media coming of age, something that the previous generation did not have issues with coming into the job market. But for this generation, they had things like YouTube and Facebook, and later on Instagram and Twitter, where they're seeing people living the quote unquote high life. And many of them expect and want the same thing for themselves. Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting the finer things in life, but is it realistic for them to expect everything right away? Because the previous generations, the Xers, the Joneses, and the baby boomers all came into the job market knowing that we were going to have to kind of work our way up, college education or not. While millennials are often criticized for expecting higher salaries, it's crucial to consider the changing landscape of the job market. The gig economy, freelance opportunities, and remote work options have altered traditional employment structures. Millennials may aspire to earn competitive salaries, reflecting their adaptability to a dynamic job market. Another thing to consider is that the perception of delusional salary expectations often stems from changing lifestyle preferences. Millennials are often associated with valuing experience over possession, seeking work life balance, and prioritizing job satisfaction. As a result, they may be willing to negotiate salaries based on the overall quality of life and not just solely on monetary compensation. So, are they really delusional? Or is it just our perception of what we think they want? Now, let's look at some of the economic challenges that millennials have faced. Because, contrary to the perception of a delusion, millennials have faced economic challenges that have shaped their outlook on salaries. The 2008 financial crisis led to a slow recovery in job market, making it more difficult to this generation to secure stable, well paying positions early in their careers. During that time period, there were many people, especially in our country, the United States, that went for over a year without any employment, and many were on unemployment who had been employed prior to the 2008 financial crisis. So they did not have the same job outlooks coming out of college that many of us did, and it took them a minute to start to get these higher salaries that they thought would be available to them. In other words, a lot of millennials came out of school in the middle of a recession that went on for quite some time. Unlike previous generations who generally came into the job market and had one primary job that gave them the bulk of their money, many millennials had to cobble together their salary that they wanted through multiple streams of income. And many still are doing that to this day. Now, don't get me wrong, it's good to have multiple streams of income, but there's a difference between needing multiple streams of income to make ends meet versus having multiple streams of income so that you have additional funds outside of what you need for your financial goals. Now, if millennials were making livable incomes, why does this generation feel a sense of betrayal and contempt towards their boomer parents? It might be because the ideals of the American dream have changed. Now, this generation wants the American dream just as previous generations, and it's been defined and redefined through different periods of time. But they want the same thing as previous generations. They want to do as well or better than their parents, but they feel that it is unobtainable for them because of how high everything gets as generations go on and on. Now, are their expectations unrealistic? I don't think so. And I think that as this now generation comes of age, they're going to be facing the same challenges as millennials as things get more expensive and the American dream seems to be further and further away. Well, y'all, I have come to the end of my time, so I'm going to get me another cup of coffee and start working on the next coffee talk for you guys. And while I'm doing that, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that bell. Also, I would love it if you would follow me on all my other social media. Follow me on TikTok, on Instagram, and follow me on my other page where I do spoken word, The Purple Diva Den. I will see you guys in my next video, and leave me some comments down in the comment section and let me know what you think about this topic. I'll see you the next time. Until then, peace.